you mentioned the Mufti of Mardan, Grand Mufti of Mardan, Mufti Fazle Subhan Qadri Sahib, who is our Mufti Zulfikar Sahib's from Bradford, Mufti Zulfikar Haider Pizal Sahib Al-Azhari, their teacher, and also he's the Sheikh al-Hadith of Jamia Qadriya in Mardan. So what is the link? And Pir Karam Shah Sahib and these great personalities, they have benefited from Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. Bismillah.
Great question. So obviously there's so many great names that are worth mentioning, but inshallah, because of the time, I will try to mention just those that may be relevant or recognized by those listening. So inshallah, if you look at Mufti Fazle Subhan Qadri Hafizullah Ta'ala, the great Grand Mufti of Pakistan, the Grand Mufti of Mardan, the principal of Jamia Qadriya, I was with them in a gathering, in a private gathering with them several years ago, I think about 2-3 years ago, and I was sat with them, and as you know, I mentioned, you know, my nisba, and I mentioned, you know, we are murids of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya and followers of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya, and they mentioned a beautiful story, and they said, you know, 50 years ago or 45 years ago, I forget the exact year, they mentioned that at the time they were having their Dastarbandi, so they just finished their initial alim course, the initial Islamic studies course, and they, at that time at the madrasa, the chief guest who did their Dastarbandi was Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya Sayyidina Tahir al-Din al-Gilani radiyallahu ta'ala an, and you know, they attributed a lot of their faizan, a lot of their work and successes to Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya and to the family of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. Huzoor's brother, Ahmad Zafar al-Gilani, who was also the Nakib al-Ashraf after Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya had passed away very recently, 4 or 5 years ago. Sayyidina Ahmad Zafar al-Gilani, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the Nakib al-Ashraf. And they also had a very close bond friendship with Mufti Fazle Subhan Sahib. So to show the faizan that the Al-Gilani family had amongst many shyukh of Pakistan and India as well. We look at the likes of the great Huzoor Taj al-Sharia Mufti Akhtar Raza Khan Barelvi rahimahullah ta'ala, who were also a Khalifa of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya, and this was actually, you know, I got this story directly from the Taj al-Sharia. My father went to visit them in Bareilly, I think 2005 or 2004. When they went to go visit them, you know, they mentioned about the life of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya, and when they came to Bareilly, and at the time Huzoor Taj al-Sharia was very small, and Huzoor Mufti Azam Hind presented Huzoor Taj al-Sharia and their brother, or their cousin, I believe, to Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya, that Huzoor, I present these to my sons, please accept them in your noble court. And Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya gave them bayah. So they were murids of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. Why? To strengthen their faizan in Tariqatul Qadiriyya. Because Allah Hazrat, you know, lovers of Huzoor Ghaus al-Azam, they wanted to strengthen their relationship with the family of Huzoor Ghaus al-Azam, and back to the Tariqat, the original, the relationship, the spiritual blessings of Huzoor Ghaus al-Azam through Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. So these were two of those mentioned. If you look at the final, the namaz of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya, which happened in Lahore at the time, was done by the great luminary as well, Justice Pir Karam Shah Sahib Al-Azhari rahimahullah ta'ala. Once again, a great scholar, Sufi, personality, and political figure of the time, who, you know, once again, another story I hear from them, and these are stories not of myself or not of other people or not just of normal people. This is the great Huzoor Zia al-Ummat said that if there is a ghaus of this time, if there's a great spiritual rank leader of this time, that person is none other than Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya Sayyidina Tahir al-Din al-Gilani. We look at the great family of Mangani Sharif. You know, I was with the Sajada Nasheen there a couple of years ago, and they mentioned that their father told them that before they passed away, that if you are to travel to the Darbar of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya and learn and gain blessings from them. So this is another one. Pir of Manki Sharif, also great. Pir of Deval Sharif, Pir Pagara of Pakistan as well. We look at Pir Fiyazul Hassan, Pir Niyazul Hassan, Pir Riyazul Hassan, all Murids and Faizan, Faiz-e-Yafta of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. We look at the great family of Golra Sharif, who always emanated and always revered the status of the Al-Gilani family within their darbar, the darbar of Pir Meher Ali Shah Sahab, and across other places as well. And we look around the world. One of the first mazars in the USA in Philadelphia, name of Baba Muhyiddin. He's the first person mazar in USA, and all the town in Philadelphia are actually all white converts of Islam. After they are passed away, they were also a Khalifa of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. We look at the great Habaib of the Arab world and the African world. Habib Umar bin Sumait radiallahu ta'ala an, he writes in their book that my ijaza is from Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. That's another name, great name mentioned from amongst the students of Sheikh Ali al-Makki rahimahullah. They say they attribute their faizan to Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. We look at the great Sufi of Madina Sharif, Sheikh Abbasi, may Allah be pleased with him, and they also were acclaimed the Khilafat of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. So these are the few of the names that are directly linked or attribute themselves to the faizan and the murid of Huzoor Qudwa al-Awliya. And these are just a few of them. And from these people, we can learn the great rank and status that they, that the awliya, the spiritual leaders, the saints of their time went and bowed their heads at the house of Sayyidina Tahir al-Awdin.